If you are in Egypt or you live in Egypt, you should consider starting a blog in Egypt to build your personal brand, to make some money online, or to actually promote your existing business in Egypt. And in this particular video, I'm going to share with you my 3-step ATM blogging framework, which you can use or which can be your guide when starting your blog in Egypt, especially if you want to turn it into an income-generating online business. Blogging is a very important and very powerful tool when it comes to being able to leverage the power of written content to monetize your skills, your knowledge, your expertise, your passions, your hobbies, or your life experiences in Egypt. You can be able to turn your written content or the blog content that you're publishing into an online asset that generates extra income for you, and for your business it can actually lead to an increase in business leads, which ultimately gives you more business revenues. And one of the most interesting aspects of starting your blog in Egypt is that it gives you an opportunity to be able to tap into the existing and emerging online business opportunities, especially given the rise of the creator economy in Egypt and across the world. And so, if you are interested in learning how you can go about starting a successful and profitable blog in Egypt and how you can be able to turn it into an online business, give me the next couple of minutes and I'm going to take you through this ATM blogging framework. And to help you further, I have created a PDF version of this framework which you can get or which you can access using the link provided in the description below. And now, let us get into this ATM blogging framework. Building an audience is the first pillar of this 3-step ATM blogging framework. And this is very important because this forms the foundation of your entire blogging system. Without having an audience, without being able to attract a specific audience, you cannot be able to build a sustainable and profitable blog. So it is very important for you to actually first figure out who your audience is going to be. In marketing parlance, this is what you might refer to as your target audience and being specific with your avatar. You need to know exactly who it is that you want to serve, who you want to speak to, and who you want to be able to provide solutions to. And this is because without that clarity, you're actually going to be very confused when starting your blog and when you're trying to serve everyone. As they say, if you try to speak to everybody, you're actually going to be speaking to no one. So you actually need to spend some time to figure out in specific terms who your audience is. And this is where when it comes to blogging, you start hearing of such things as you need to have a specific niche. You need to pick the topic that you're going to be writing about, to be blogging about. And there are quite a number of things that you can be able to write about. And if you ask me, I would actually recommend that you consider things that you have skills on, where you have expertise on. Maybe you have knowledge of a specific thing or a specific topic, your hobby, your passion, your life experiences. This can guide you in figuring out what it is that you want to be blogging about. Picking a specific audience or a specific niche when it comes to blogging is equivalent to what other businesses do when it comes to picking the audience and the customers that they want to serve. And I would want you to think of the story of Airbnb. If you read the book This is Marketing by Seth Godin, you will find a story which shares about how Airbnb actually was very specific when they were trying to start the business. The founders of Airbnb actually talk of how all they were trying to do is to provide a cheap place for people to sleep and a breakfast for an audience that was attending a conference in San Francisco. So as you can see, they were very specific. They were actually providing a very specific solution to a very specific audience. And of course, over time, they have been able to iterate and have been able to build the business into what it is today. But the lesson here is that you need to actually also start with a very specific audience when you are starting your blog. You can expand it into different verticals later, but when you're starting, you need to be laser focused on one audience, trying to help that particular audience with the blog content that you're going to be creating. When it comes to building your audience for your blog, there are a number of details or topics that you can think about, and I'll share with you a few. Like, you can think about sports, farming, insurance, motorsport, personal finance, fashion, beauty, agriculture, cooking, traveling, and real estate, among very many others. But that list is not exhaustive. You can be able to plug in whatever topic or whatever niche that you're interested in and be able to build it into an income generating blogging business. In today's world, attention is the new currency. So you need to figure out a way that you're going to get the attention and the audience that can be able to relate to the topic or the thing that you want to be focusing on. Once you have gotten your audience growth system locked in, and once you have it going, meaning that you have been able to establish a way to be able to write content that is attracting the specific audience that you want to get, and your blog has started getting some traffic, then you can start thinking of the second pillar of this ATM blogging framework, and that is what we are going to be discussing next. And as I mentioned, you can have the PDF version of this ATM blogging framework. I have created it for you, and you can be able to download it with the link that I have provided and put in the description box below. The second pillar to this ATM blogging framework is trust, or the relationship that you're going to build with your audience. And it's very important because if you are ever going to do business and you're going to turn your blog into an income generating business, you actually need to build trust with your audience. You need to build a relationship where they can be able to trust that you can be able to solve their problems. And this, in most cases, while it happens on platform, it needs to actually be done off the platform. And the best way you can be able to build trust with the traffic and the audience or customers that you are able to attract is through creating an email marketing system. This is the hallmark of this particular pillar. You need to find a way to establish and actually incorporate email marketing into the blog or the blogging business that you are building. It has been established that when it comes to marketing, email marketing actually gives you the highest return on investment. For every dollar that you're going to spend when it comes to email marketing, you are going to get $36 to $40 back. That is the best you can ever get. You cannot get that from any other social media platform. That's why you need to take this very seriously if you're actually keen on building your blog into an online business. And this also applies if you want to actually improve your current business. That means if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur, you need to be thinking of how you're going to turn your existing blog into an income generating machine. And to further demonstrate how powerful email marketing is and how it can be able to give you a positive return on your business, I'll take you to a story that you find in the book .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Russell shares the story of a struggling person who was selling supplements on the internet, and she turned to email marketing by creating a free downloadable lead magnet. And when people joined her list, she was able to turn around her business by being able to sell to the people who had already raised their hands and joined her email list. As the people on the list continued to get value from that blood, from that seller, they got to know her, they got to engage with that person, and it is only through that value creation, continued value addition, that they were able to see the value of the supplements that she was selling. And she ended up making lots of money through email marketing. And not from advertisement, not from ads. It was from people that were on her email list. And that demonstrates that having an email list might be one of the biggest assets and the most important asset that you can have when you're actually starting and scaling your online blogging business. And the reason why it is a valuable asset is because it gives you an opportunity to deepen the relationship that you have with your audience, especially the people who have joined your email list. Now, to fully take advantage of email marketing and be able to implement it in your blog, you actually need to spend some time learning how email marketing works, figuring out the email marketing platforms that are available in the market, and also probably how you can be able to build the digital assets that you need to make your entire email marketing system operational and smooth. This is why you need to learn how to build landing pages, how to probably build a lead magnet. And one of the email marketing platforms that you can use is Kit, which is the platform that I personally use. And the reason why I'm recommending Kit is because it is the email marketing platforms that I use, and I know it gets work done. So you'll find a link in the description below. You can try them out. It is an affiliate link, so if you join, I may get a commission at no extra cost to you. As you grow your audience and as you build trust with the audience, you need to figure out a way to make money with your blog. And that's the third pillar that we are going to discuss next. And as I had mentioned, you can get the PDF version of this ATM blogging framework by downloading it using the link provided in the description below. The third pillar in the ATM blogging framework is monetization, or how you are going to make money with your blog. And this is a very important pillar and aspect of your entire blogging business, because if you are doing this with the goal of turning it into an income generating online business, then you need to figure out how you are going to turn the attention that you have gotten and the trust that you have built into an income, into ways that you can be able to generate some extra money. And there is a story that would help you understand how powerful this is and how it is important for you to figure out how you're going to make money with your blog. This is a story that you're going to find in the book, The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau, where he talks about a lady who started a travel blog. And in that blog, she was sharing her adventures and the things that she was going through as she traveled. And over 1 year, she had built an audience of readers who were actually very interested in the things that she was sharing on her travel blog. And what she ended up doing was that she created a $12 downloadable travel guide. And when she started selling that particular guide on her blog, she generated $1,000 within the first week. And this goes to demonstrate the power of being able to build an audience that trusts you with what you are sharing on your blog. And over time, this lady was able to actually add affiliate links, brand sponsorship, and also premium online courses into her travel blog, turning that travel blog into a fully fledged online business. Blog monetization is a very important aspect of turning your blog or written content into an income generating online business. And as you can see, it becomes very easier if you can be able to actually get the traffic or get the audience, have the ability to build trust with that audience, and then figure out the way that you're going to monetize your blog. If you ask me, making money with your blog might actually be the easier part, because there are quite a number of ways on how you can be able to make money with your blog. There are a number of blog monetization strategies that you can be able to implement. However, this only work if you have an audience or if your blog is already generating some traffic and you have also had the ability to build trust with the audience that you are serving. Now, some of the more popular ways to make money with your blog include ideas such that display advertising, affiliate marketing, brand sponsorships and deals. You can be able to sell your own digital products. You can also do coaching and consulting, including selling merchandise, among others. So you can be able to figure out the best monetization strategy that you're going to implement based on the topic and the audience and the niche that you are involved in. When it comes to this spiral of monetizing your blog, it is important to actually have a cadence of how you are going to approach the monetization strategies, because some may not come as earlier as others, and you need to know which one you are going to start with, so that then you can actually have a clear plan of how you are going to turn your blog into a money-making online business. Now, depending on the monetization strategy that you pick, some may require a lot of work from you, while others may actually be simpler and may turn into passive sources of income for your blog, which probably might be what you are seeking. However, all of them will require you to first build the audience, then have a trust mechanism, and then you can be able to implement your monetization strategy. And once you start making money with your blog, it is actually going to take you into a different space, into a different level, where you start having the challenges of learning how you can be able to manage the money that you're generating or the revenue that you're generating, and even at a personal level, trying to figure out how you're going to manage that, or how you're going to become better managing your personal finances. If you are still watching this video at this particular point, then it means you are very serious about starting a blog and turning it into a money-making online business. And if you are here, actually drop a comment below with the word "here," at least just to know who has been able to reach to this particular level. If you have enjoyed this particular video, as I mentioned, I have created a PDF version of this ATM blogging framework, which you can download using the link in the description box below. Watch the video on your screen right now. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not, and I'll see you in the next one.